Hello, Dr. Mackenzie here, and oops, you seem to have caught me looking at kitten gifs. We're going to do this very short video about optimized search strategies. So what you want to do is you want to go to the Maynooth University Library webpage, and we're going to start with the standard search box, which is here. I kind of did a dry run of this. This was for a student, Ben, who's doing a paper on business leadership strategies was the description he wanted to try. So if we do this, we end up with 1.4 million search results. Okay, let me fix this a little bit. So our job is to basically narrow this down into something useful. In order to do that, we're going to click full text online to start with. It's important that you understand that by clicking this, you've eliminated every print book, so every hard copy in the Maynooth University Library. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to do this, but for another search, you would not want to check that. Okay, so we're going to continue on. Scholarly peer reviewed, we've talked about what that is in class and why it's important, so we're going to take this. We're going to come down to journal article next down here, and we're going to click that. We're going to leave away magazine articles and newspaper articles. Now actually, if you're doing something like business leadership strategies, that's very important because you would find a lot of newspaper and magazine articles with these type of search terms. So we want to stay with journal articles that are scholarly and peer reviewed. Now we're going to narrow it down by discipline as well, and we're going to do business as the discipline. Publication date, you can either enter years here or you can use this as a slider. Now we're going to slide this up to, let's slide it to 2007. That's when some bad decisions, business decisions were made, actually in the run up really, but we'll go to 2007. We're down to 38,000. And we could continue to narrow these down by subject term and language. And subject term is related to Library of Congress, which we'll do another quick discussion of. But if you want to do subject term, that's fine. So we'll click on business as a subject term. We'll leave language alone. So we're down to 9,000. Which is a hell of a lot better than 1.4 million, but still not very workable. So at this point, we've been fairly ruthless in the restrictions, and we're still at 9,000. So we need to go in and click over here for advanced search. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to take out this, and then I think that, yeah, the student put in decision making as a third window here. Now, this is important in that we have drop down menus here, and we want to choose abstract for each of these. And an abstract is a short description of the journal article by the author. So this is 150 to 250 word description supplied by the author of the article. So we've restricted the search to the terms that appear. These must appear in the abstract. And then we're going to come down here and replicate the other restrictions we did. So we're going to go to journal and journal article, click on those. We're going to click items with our full text. So this is a little bit tricky. You click to include these, and you click to exclude these, which we don't want. Leave that out. Search. And you see that actually in the search box up here, it's got the commands in there. So in theory, you could actually learn those commands by heart, and you could actually, without doing the advanced search, you could just type that in there. But in any case, that has dropped us from about 10,000 to 5,000. And so that's great, or from 10,000 to 105, and that's fine. And actually, if you want to apply, go ahead and apply the publication date slider as well. You could even click on management and business if you wanted to, but actually with 78 results, that's fine. So what you do now is you basically mouse over this little box here, and that gives you the abstract. So this is what we've actually limited to. So what I would do is I would get myself a cup of tea and I would basically work through all 78 of these. Again, if you really wanted to, you could limit it down to leadership. In fact, let's do that for the purposes of this. We're harassed, time pressured in this scenario. And so I'd have a look at these 25, and anything I liked, I would just click the folder icon underneath. Notice it fills up here. So after you've picked out the ones that you like, click on the folder. Here they are. Notice it's online, journal, full text, permalinked, very convenient. We'll click Harvard as an export format, so we just drop this down, and then we're going to click export to EndNote, open with that. We'll then enter our EndNote, our email address and our EndNote password, and